Monday. The following program is uncensored. It contains strong language and adult content not suitable for children under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is extremely advised. Also, the viewers and experience take two. Also, the viewers and opinions expressed in the show are solely of the hosts and guests and are not a Texas A&M University. The use of fears, subsidiaries, students, faculty, and staff. You have been warned. Good evening. We are live in the MSC. We are censor-free, commercial-free on jjlunfiltered.com. This is a new episode of J Jones Live. We got stories to talk about. First one that's hit close to home. I'll learn grammar one day. Journalist. Student Senate. Student Body President, whatever his name is. I forgot what it is.
Just say Student Body.
The Student Body President here at Texas A&M University has vetoed a Student Senate bill that would allow students to opt out of certain programs for religious or moral reasons, one of those being GLBT.
I haven't really been following it. I just know people are pissed. So it's opt out as in some people can pay, some people can't. That's it?
Yes, it's more of an option.
So it's just giving people a choice.
Yes.
And he vetoed it.
Yes.
Isn't that a bad thing?
No.
I don't see why not. Why is there a problem? If you don't have a problem with it, pay. If you do, then don't. I don't see a problem with the religious exemption.
Well, I mean, it. Bye. The problem with it is, you have to understand that there are like 60,000 students that have to pay for all this stuff. To pay for fees, including CIS fees, to access the computers and the Wi-Fi and the Ethernet and all the internet and electronic resources. You have to pay for student rec fees, dining services fees, all these types of fees. These fees are optional because they're necessities or things that you really don't need. You can suffice for later. Say, if you live in an apartment, you don't need a dining services option because who wants a meal plan when you can go to H-E-B and get your own groceries? Or why do I need to go to the rec when I have a gym right here at my apartment, or I can just, exercise at home or whatever? The problem the problem with this sort of legislation is you're basically saying, I want to donate or I don't want to donate, in theory, to a certain organization because, I morally or religiously believe that it's not right. The problem that I see with it is, say this bill were to pass, say it actually says, you know what, I want to pass this bill and legislation goes through, and 2013-14 school year, you see the option of, well, do you want to help support GLBT? Do you not want to help support GLBT? If more and more and more and more people say no, then that specific organization starts to lose money. Thus,
At the same time, should you really make people donate to it?
I mean,
like for or against whatever. I'm saying if there are people who really don't want to, then should you make them?
that too.
No, that's entirely different.
Well, I mean, it's it's very. It would cause a lot of people to go one way or the other, and it would not be good for the university. Like,
You know, you could say your ex religion just to get out of pay. Religion and politics need to be kept separate. It's stupid.
separation of church and state.
It reminds me of an argument. I can't remember what law it was. There are back in high school they used to tell us about this thing that a lot of Catholic OB-GYNs or nurses or doctors or whatever would get fired because even though it was against their religion to recommend like Planned Parenthood or abortion this or anything like that, they would get fired for it. And that's what it reminds me of. You should have a choice to say, this is my religious belief. I will not recommend this thing or pay for this thing that I don't believe in to someone else or whatever. And that's what it reminds me of. And regardless of what I think about it, whether I would pay for it or not, had I the choice, shouldn't you have the choice to do that?
Well, suffice to say, after the student body president sent out a letter to the battalion and probably other media sources. I actually did. He has a Twitter account. It's at SBP underscore. I'm sorry, TAMU at TAMU underscore SBP. And I actually mentioned to him in a comment. I said he is invited to come on to the show to talk about. Of course, he didn't respond, but 65 dash hold on dash 70 talk. Okay. My thing is this. I mean, I can see where religion can play a role in a lot of in certain student organizations like GLBT or whatever else, but it at the same time it's just like you know it kind of feels like it's from what I can see, if this option were to pass, who's to say that it doesn't go on to something else, say, there are necessities like, rec membership, sports passes, dining services, computing services, things of that nature. Now these things, a lot of students will just say yes because they probably want to do that because they probably live in a dorm, they probably live on campus, or they live close enough to campus where they want to be on campus more than they want to be at home. These things I can understand. Say they want to start, go into other, because GLPT is nothing, is a club, an organization on this campus, just like 797 other clubs and organizations. Say they start, say they start jumping in and start giving options for other organizations and say, there could be a religious issue with, I don't know, or moral issues, say, for like, student Republicans or student Democrats or something like that. I'm sure there are other organizations all across campus that could be affected by that. But I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying that would be the trend, but I'm just saying, what if? But Aggie Ally, the actual name of the organization, to put premise on what this organization is about. Aggie Ally is basically supporting anyone who is gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or otherwise. Um, Basically, they have a building over at Kane Hall, which is right across the street from here at the MSC. I've actually been in the building. It's a pretty nice place. Basically, they give support. They they have like little sessions where they talk to people about what all this means, and you know, um, pretty much all types of stuff that talks about you know how all this affects those who you know some people may be afraid to come out of the closet. This is a perfect center where they can go to and say, hey, I'm gay, I'm a lesbian, I'm bi, I'm transsexual. You know, I'm kind of afraid to go, talk to anyone else. You know, this resource center basically is saying, we're here to help you. Well, I mean, a lot. Part of it is coming out of student fees, and the rest is coming out of donations and fundraisers and sales, just like most other any organization on campus. Um, Now, I'm gonna take a look and see if I can find, see if I can actually find the actual the actual article about the guy, just
So, with the vetoing of the bill, I'm trying to understand. You're saying people cannot opt out of giving money to them.
correct.
Hmm. I have a little problem with that. Not in the sense of donating to an LBGT organization. No, not that. It's like other charities or other organizations. If I don't want to donate to them, I don't have to. If I want to, I can. I don't know. It's like it's not on a moral level. It's on a I don't know. I know. It's not. And some people may not even have religious issues with it.
Find I have the actual letter from student body president John Claybrook, class of 2013.
My combos to snack thingies. They're the best. They're made of sodium.
Product placement. Okay, back to serious business. In a letter, an open letter by student president John Claybrook, class of 2013, he writes, after much research and deliberation, I've confidently decided to veto SB Student Bill or Senate Bill 65-70, the Religious Funding Exemption Bill. Even without wording the specific particular groups that will be affected by the final version of this bill, the sentiment toward the bill has not changed and has caused great harm to our reputation as a student body and to students feeling disenfranchised by the bill. One major argument used as the passage of this bill has been brought into question. To make matters clear, there is currently no option for students to opt out of paying fees. Rather, in actuality, there is a student fiscal appeals process which will consider appeals improving regulated issues related to the application of university student fiscal policy. Uh, so he goes into detail talking about what he goes into a little paragraph here about what Senate Bill 65-70 is. He basically says is to support the current standing process of allowing students who object for religious and moral purposes to use their student fees and tuition, left out a little bit, and to opt out of paying annual an amount equal to the share of the service funding from their fee tuition money. Since no such current standing process exists as described in the bill, it serves no purpose. However, this bill represents and still remains and must be done away with. Although much injustice is finally formed, this accomplishing the bill pales in comparison to the damage done. The damage must stop today. Texas A&M students represent our core value of respect. Exceptionally, I'm very proud of the family at this university. Now more than ever, it is time to get great resolve and come together, treating each other like the family that we are. God bless and gig 'em. So that's the letter that student body president Claybrook wrote in. Let's see. We're trying to see if I can find out. But yeah. So the bill has been vetoed. So it's basically been dissolved. I will say there was a lot of uproar about this.
I saw some stuff, but like this happened in the last few days. I had tests. I'm not a news person. I kind of like ignored a lot of it.
But well, we haven't been on in 2 weeks, so there's a lot of stuff that we should have gotten to, but we didn't. But we're covering now. One of the things, North Korea is planning to bomb the U.S.
That one I knew about.
again.
What did we do this time? To them.
We're just there being free and open because we're America.
No, I remember watching a documentary about North Korea last semester in anthropology. It was scary because, like, what was it? There was this scene, and they're just like filming like a mother and daughter, and they're walking down the street, and it's like a little kid, and they're like singing some song. I don't know. You don't know until they translate it for you at the bottom of the screen. Literally, the song that this little kid is singing is about killing Americans. It's like, that's very jarring.
Welcome to North Korea. North Korea, the same freaking country that freaking Dennis Rodman visited. Dennis Rodman, for those of you who can't remember, and it's perfectly fine. Who wants to remember this guy?
It's me. I don't.
Former
care about
NBA superstar, crazy as fuck. You know, we're talking about the same guy that went to his wedding with whoever the fuck he married in a wedding dress.
He was the one in the wedding
Dead
dress?
serious.
Okay.
I wish I were lying about that. I really do.
I don't know if that's what he wants to do.
But
It's your wedding.
he did that. Moving on. Some U.S. intelligence agencies say that it might happen within the next few days or weeks, but we don't know where he's going to target. Some people are saying Austin. And I say about time.
Dude. No.
I'm horrible. Probably not. I mean, we're talking about North Korea. If they probably stole some of it from the South. That's where the fastest area on the planet is. Or at least one of the fastest internet speeds on the planet is. The fastest internet on the planet is not in the United States. This is a problem. This needs to be fixed.
Sincerely, Jay Jones.
There, I said it. You alright there, Vivian?
No.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong?
No, it's fine. I was just being sarcastic.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have any viewers even?
I don't know. Hold on.
He doesn't. He does it anyway.
Oh god.
Because this goes on to YouTube anyway. But no, I don't have viewers right now.
You don't have any viewers?
Not right now.
Do you ever have viewers?
Yes, generally 2 to 3.
Then generally scratch cut?
Yes.
You should talk about recipes or something. Food.
That'll be her half of the show.
Why are you talking?
Meowing Cupcake is over in the background. She loves recipes.
He's been cooking more.
I've actually have been cooking more.
He volunteered to do it. I didn't make him.
Actually, what was the last thing I made? I don't remember.
Technically, the sesame chicken.
I made sesame chicken
Sort of.
and rice. Actually, she made the rice. I ate it.
And marinated the chicken. But he put it all together.
I also made baked macaroni and cheese.
Yes, you did.
It was
was
very
not a-
sexy.
I was not allowed in the kitchen. This bothered me.
You're not that serious? I was like, no, you sit there and you just sit there. You look at the screen. Because I had the recipe on, like, big screen.
I
Yeah.
have problems with people in the kitchen not knowing what they're doing. You didn't. You did it, but
Have I not improved?
yes.
God.
That's like when Stephanie does stupid shit. I just have to jump in and do it for her.
I didn't fuck up horribly.
No, you didn't. But it's a reflex now. I just assume that if it doesn't get done by me, it might as well not be done. That's not a reflection on anyone but myself.
Saying I can't cook?
No, I'm saying I have a problem. A personal issue.
We're in phase 2. She admitted that she has a problem.
Shut up, Jay. I'll never make you tea again. No
But I love tea.
no more tea for you.
But I love tea. But I love tea.
Maybe.
Pardon me. Anyway, I've noticed I've gotten more into my gaming side. And so I've created a playlist on the YouTube. It's called jjlunfiltered Game. It's where I game and play games. So far I've been playing SimCity and League of Legends, but I tend to fix that by playing World of Warcraft as well. So, expect more of those on youtube.com/jjlunfiltered2005. Why would I play Minecraft?
Is that the building one?
The freaking Minecraft just bothers me. It's like,
Why?
oh, look at me, I'm building stuff in an 8-bit world. Woohoo. It's all 8-bit and shit.
It takes more processing power than other games.
It's 8-bit and it's online.
No, it's not.
Or it's on a server somewhere.
Doesn't have to be.
I guess not. I don't know. I don't play Minecraft.
Me neither.
Anyway,
I play nothing.
Facebook yesterday made me very, very jealous. They introduced a new skin for Android called Facebook Home. For me, who is a socialite and a social butterfly, it's one of those things I wish I had. damn you, Facebook. Basically, instead of looking at the standard Android, oh my god, look at this is Android and I'm on Android. You see the clock, and then you see pictures of whoever. It's called cover feed. You look at posts, you can chat with people using chat bubbles. Bubbles. No, I'm sorry, chat heads. They're known as chat heads. Whenever someone chats at you, like a little head will just go, pew. Hey, I'm chatting with you. Hey.
Okay.
And then another person will come in, yay, I'm chatting with you too, yay.
He's very excited.
Anyway, Facebook Home comes out April 12th on certain Android devices. And there's a new Android phone specifically for Facebook Home. It's called the HTC First. Don't know why they went with the name First. Makes no sense to me at all. I mean, I could get the HTC One or One X, but First?
Huh?
It's like they started with like One and then One X, and they're like, well, fuck it, First. I don't know. Naming scheme's kind of weird. Anyway, it's available April 12th as well. $100 with a new 2-year contract at AT&T exclusively. Speaking of exclusive things, the iPhone 5 is coming to T-Mobile. Boom, 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 boom. T-Mobile, the same company that is getting rid of the contract. They got rid of the contract. So, anyone with a current contract is jealous, especially on T-Mobile. Then again, I don't like T-Mobile. Their network is shitty, their service is spotty, and let's face it, their customer service is fucked up.
They done fucked up?
They done fucked up.
Okay.
I fucked up. Anyway, we got a viewer.
Is it
Boom.
Joe?
I don't know. I'm trying not to. Anyway.
Is it Steven?
I don't know where Steven is.
I haven't seen him in a while.
He was there. It was Rebecca. There we go.
Oh, I saw him at
I am
Christmas.
talking louder. I should probably turn up the mic. There we go.
Oh, it's Rebecca?
Yep.
Hi, Rebecca.
Yeah. Poor Rebecca. She has to go back home. Hopefully she'll be back soon
It's sad.
for my next season.
Yay.
I'm still not done. You can't get rid of me.
You'd have to kill him.
Yeah, you had to kill me.
We probably shouldn't give people ideas.
Shit. Don't kill me or she will.
What? I'm going to kill you?
No.
I'm only half listening. I'm sorry.
Don't kill me or she will kill you.
She will kill you.
Yeah.
You need to add in the last word.
I did.
All I heard was will.
Anyway.
It's like, I have no reason as of now to kill you.
Somebody gonna whoop your ass. No one's gonna whip my ass. It's
Did
been
you do
whipped many
something?
times before.
Not by me.
By my mom because I fucked up. And I probably deserved it.
Probably.
Yeah, I deserved it.
What did you do to deserve being hit?
What do you mean you can't hear me? I don't know. She's saying that she can't hear me, which is a lie. Yes, it's plugged in.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Try, look, do
I'm looking, and it's on. It's on, and I'm looking right now. And it's on. She's lying.
Oh, you assume such not nice things about people. Lying.
I'm looking at the freaking levels, and they're like clipping and shit. Turn your volume up. Anyway, what else is new? Trying to think. Let me go back to CNN.
There was Easter.
Easter.
Did you do anything for Easter, Jay?
I did absolutely nothing for Easter. And I'm kind of sad.
I didn't even get to go home. My mom and my aunts came up to see me. It was nice. Because I had a test.
Then again, I had food. I had lasagna.
We went out to eat because they decided, well, if I can't come home, nobody actually wants to cook. Let's go visit Katie. We went to Abuelo's. Also, I got... Okay, so is this unusual that I still get an Easter basket?
I want an Easter basket.
I did not get an Easter basket this year.
I would get an Easter basket with deviled eggs.
I did not get an Easter basket this year. I got an Easter
chest.
Trunk.
Trunk, chest. It was big.
Yeah, you can always tell when my mother misses me.
I did.
I end up with a lot of toys, a lot of candy.
My family doesn't miss me.
I got
know
a
why?
chest.
Because I live with them. So,
My mom
not
does
that I have a problem with that at all.
My mom does that when
But
I get home. I love my family.
My family spoils me too fucking much.
I got new tea.
Yes.
I did.
I'm getting back into my tea phase. I had a tea phase.
The canned tea or...
Well, canned tea, and then there is... Oh, speaking of, it reminds me, I have tea in my pocket.
You do? Oh, a tea bag. It's like, why do you have a can of tea in your pocket? And how did I not notice?
It's like magic. But yeah, one of my bosses gave me this.
Let's see.
And I want to try it sooner or later.
Let's see. Touch Organic Oolong Tea.
I like organic things. Sadly, organic things are expensive. I wish organic things were not expensive.
If you buy some, like, if you know what's in season, then no matter what, organic or not, the price goes down. Now, organic probably would still be more expensive than its non-organic counterpart regardless, but still, it goes down. Like blueberries.
There's the other one.
Like, did you ever notice, like, when you go to the store and they have, like, if it's winter, they'll have these itty-bitty containers of blueberries for, like, $15. Then you go in...
A shitload of money.
Yeah. But that's because blueberries are grown during the summer.
True.
Now, if you go in during the summer, looking for one of those things of fresh blueberries, about that big. For basically less or the same price. This, I might pay $15 for. If I needed a shitload of blueberries. On the other hand, frozen fruits and vegetables are generally better for you overall because they can be better for you than fresh because half the time they're not shipped from halfway around the world. They were picked when they were in season, frozen at the peak of their ripeness, and the nutrition content is generally better. So it's really up to you to do the research.
Yeah.
End of rant. You can't let me do that. I'll keep doing it. I'll keep talking about it.
It kills time.
So you have nothing to talk about.
It gives me something to, like, bounce off on.
Anime Matsuri was was Easter weekend. You can look up shit about that. Anna went.
Anna went?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't bring you back souvenirs?
I used to go
Man,
I
I want
used to go to
souvenirs.
Anime Matsuri. I miss
Speaking
it.
of anime, jayjoneslive Con is at it again. This May, we're going to A-Con live on the internet. Somehow. I will be there without censors or commercial breaks because I don't believe in those and you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
That's a religion I can be a part of. So yeah, A-Con will be in the Hilton Anatole Hotel. I've been told that it is significantly bigger than the Sheraton Dallas Hotel that we were in last year. You can look that up on the jayjoneslive Con playlist on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
See how I promoted that there? Also, the Pixel guys have come up with a brand new episode. I have a roundtable with the guys about gun regulation and how how that affects media.
Jay doesn't like guns.
Well, in this debate, actually, we talk about if gaming or music or the media actually influences people to go out and
bullshit.
commit shootings and stuff. So
If the
we
TV
talked
is your
about that.
parent, it is.
I said no, and we said no, but we wanted people to talk about it on our Pixel forum, which everyone should go to. See how I did that again?
I could only say yes to that if, and this is ever increasing in this day and age, the TV becomes the parent.
I don't think the TV should become the parent for the simple fact that the parent is irresponsible. I'm sorry. I know people are going to be offended by that, but it's true.
No, there's nothing wrong with letting your children watch TV.
I
watch
and
TV.
Exactly right.
It's when you let them, like, so you can go do shit,
Well,
watch TV for 7 hours.
My debate from, and my, not debate, more of my opinion from the Pixel guys, and y'all can watch that too. It's on YouTube right now. My thing is this. Do I think people watching things that they shouldn't watch, listening to music that's too explicit for them, playing games that could be too violent or sexually graphic or foul for them or whatever, do I think that it's a premise to, I'm going to go out and shoot 17 people? I don't think so. I mean, part of what the gun debate is going on right now is over, why should we have certain guns available to the public? Gun control has no impact on legal gun ownership.
What? Mumbling.
Rebecca was saying that gun control has no impact on illegal gun ownership.
Well, no. If they're not supposed to have the gun, they don't want to register for the gun, and they want the gun, generally a criminal is going to go through a criminal act to get one.
Yeah, a lot of why there are illegal firearms are because criminals steal them from different places, be it a store, be it from somebody else, be it, through illegal trade or whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of hard to actually commission to regulate. Mm-hmm. Now, there are certain parts of the regulation that I do agree with. For example, for like gun shows, if there are shady people doing shady business, they probably shouldn't be at the gun show. I think everyone who sells guns, who has guns up at a gun show, should be licensed, be trained, and should be completely illegal.
I've been to a gun show.
Everyone who's there should be able, or should be within compliance with uniform legislation that says you have to have this, and this in order to sell a gun at a gun show. If you don't have one or any of these, you can't. Period. That way we end the part of, this guy's a little shady, but he's got the gun anyway. On top of that, anyone who carries a gun should have a concealed carry. Period.
My uncle does.
As long as you have a concealed carry, that is fine. I can understand that. To that point, I think that there should be legislation, a uniform legislation that basically says you have to pass this test, or this test, or all three of these, or basically whatever. You have to pass certain tests or tests, multiple. I don't care.
I think you do, Jay.
I'm sure you do. I don't know the actual regulation, but
I'd have to ask my uncle. I'm pretty sure, because I know when we started going shooting together, he had mentioned, you should go get your license for that when you get older. You have to pass a test. I'm like, okay. Be afraid.
I mean, if I got my concealed carry, it would not be for a gun. It'd probably be for a sword or whatever.
Jay.
The point of the matter is this. I don't know what the actual regulations or whatever the hell it is the requirements are for the regulations, but
What's Rebecca saying?
Heard on the radio, Obama's going to turn into her budget plan and to Congress next week, which is several months late. And Joe's here.
My poli-sci teacher was talking about that. Well, joking about it.
But back to whatever the hell I was talking about. Oh, I think I like I said, I don't know what the examination process is to get, a concealed carry, but I honestly don't think anyone with a criminal record should have one. And I don't mean, I think if it's as high as you've been in jail before, you are a convicted felon, you should not have a gun, because something like that could happen again. It's simple as that.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know, this isn't in all the states, but you lose certain rights even after you get out of prison. Like, I know in some states you can't even vote anymore after you've been convicted and gone to prison. So that's not out of the realm of possibilities to say you cannot have a license to own a gun or whatever sort of weapon goes along with that license if you've been to prison. That makes sense.
The other thing I should say is, I mean, we have to look at mental health as well. There's no going around it.
So everyone who wants to own a gun or get a license to own a gun has to go through a psych evaluation?
Well, something that says that if someone has a mental disablement already, no. Because think about it like this. Say someone with some sort of mental illness, probably does not have the cognition to understand what the point of that gun is, or probably doesn't understand what you should or shouldn't use the gun for. And you gotta look at it in the aspect of, if they don't know, they probably don't know any better, and they're probably gonna do something that,
everyone else is gonna regret later.
Yes. I'm not saying that everyone should be put under horrendously strict
I can see
regulations. However,
I can see what you mean, like what you're saying, but like I can see how people would get really pissed off and probably try and go around the rules if you set too many regulations. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying.
I think we need to look at previous medical records.
Mm-hmm.
One, that can easily tell you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. You have this disease, this ailment, or this whatever. If they need to look at medical records of anyone who wants to get a concealed carry, and if within, I know, because I'm trying to actually get serious.
Which one?
Joe.
Hi, Joe.
He's like, this topic is way too serious for the show. I'm like, I'm trying to get serious. But,
does Joe want to talk about something in particular?
I don't think he does. But, to the point I'm making here, bottom line, I think the thing should happen is this. There should be a part in the exam, or whatever you gotta do to receive as concealed to carry, where if you have a certain ailment that can in any way impair your judgment, and I don't mean like drinking or smoking pot or something like that, but an actual ailment either you were born with or you were diagnosed with.
Well, I imagine if you're on drugs, you don't want to give a person on drugs a gun.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I think that, you know, if they see that there's something that causes a mental impairment that has been diagnosed or you were born with, that they should not have a gun, period. So we eliminate that problem. As far as banning assault type weapons.
Meaning what exactly?
And this is where I get flack over it, but if it shoots faster than I can count, then it probably shouldn't be out in the open or legal enough to sell to the public.
Fair enough. So something you would more than likely see in the military as opposed to in the hands of a civilian.
Fuck you, Joe.
Okay, what? What'd he say?
He says, but Jay, you count really slow.
Yes.
Yeah. If you have a gun that can shoot faster than... If a gun can shoot faster then numbers can count in milliseconds, then it shouldn't be there. This bottom line on that. Now, I'm probably going to get flack about that. People are going to get mad about that.
About what? It's okay.
In case you didn't hear, she said, "Oh, you have to have followers in case you get you have to actually have followers in order to get flagged." I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull up my YouTube channel.
Do you have followers on that?
I have 7 subscribers on YouTube. More than I can say about most people.
True.
My channel alone within the past, since January, has amassed 1,003 viewers. Since the YouTube channel started, it has gotten close to 3,000 views. My second most viewed video is an episode of J Jones Live at 112 views at last count.
What's the first most viewed?
It's a walkthrough of Windows 8. You know.
Maybe
and let's not forget that I have another show that I do.
Does that get more views than this one?
It actually gets equal amount of views.
Maybe you should talk more about food. I'd watch it. But I'm a nutrition major. My views on that and opinions are kind of skewed.
The Pixel Guys channel has amassed 950 views, and we've only been on a year. 6 subscribers, and I think one of the most viewed videos was actually one of my segments. So, fuck yeah. Don't you just love it when people criticize something that they probably couldn't do better?
I believe that's just part of your job, Jay.
Yeah. Anyway. What do you want, Joe? Two things, he says.
Do what things?
I don't know.
That's all I got, unless you want to start talking about food.
If you hate Texas so much, why do you follow them on Twitter?
Do you?
I follow them to see how stupid they are. That is the only reason I follow them. Honestly, I didn't know what Texas was when I first started following them. And then I realized how stupid they were. And then I realized how much Steven reads it like a Bible.
Which makes him hate it more by virtue of Steven.
Yeah. Yeah, I follow them. Just see how stupid they are.
Gives him material for his show.
Second question he asks. You ask this question all the fucking time.
What's the question?
Is pimpin' easy?
Joe.
The answer is no. Go fuck yourself. And then Rebecca says, topics I like to hear Jay talk about. Restricting the right to produce offspring based on question mark, and potentially taking guest phone calls in the future.
Phone calls.
Restricting the right to produce offspring? What? Why would I talk about that?
In who?
I don't know. Are we talking about abortion or what?
Jay doesn't like to have an opinion on things he can't do, like reproduce.
It's true. It's not like I'm being a jackass. It's just the truth.
What you reading? Okay, now I want to know what you're reading.
Jay, are you asexual? Are you EUNOCH?
A eunuch? Is
Eunuch.
that what she's trying to say?
I thought it was
Eunuch is spelled ICH.
Oh.
EUNICH, I think.
Did I get tested? No, I didn't get tested.
Tested for what?
I don't know.
Didn't you say?
I mean, that's a pretty easy test for.
What test though?
They just said, "Did you get tested or something?" I'm like, "No, I'm saying."
For what?
Because I said that I don't reproduce. I'm like, I probably worded that wrong.
When I say he prefers not to have an opinion on things like that, and I say reproduce, I mean actually physically pop out a baby.
Yeah, that's basically what she
I
meant.
suppose technically, yes, he can help reproduce.
I help. I don't actually. Boom! Here's a baby.
Yeah.
That was probably wrong and funny at the same time.
Yeah, he's not strong enough for that.
What I meant was, what are the reasons Jay thinks people should not be allowed to reproduce, like low intelligence?
Define low intelligence.
Like,
Low common sense or low actual intelligence? There's a difference.
parents that have bad personalities.
What's a bad personality?
Ow.
Did you hit yourself or did someone say something?
No, I hit myself.
Stop hitting yourself.
I'm sorry. If Arnold can have a baby in the movies, you can't. What?
Who? What?
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, I watch any of his movies. I've probably never seen a single movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger has been either in or directed.
I think I've seen Kindergarten Cop. I've seen that when I was little. That was cute, as I remember it. What's the question? Or comment? Whatever.
I think you're killing the amusement factor for Rebecca.
Me or you?
You.
I'm sorry, I'll be quiet.
I don't know what she's really asking about, though.
Well, what I'm saying is, like...
I mean, are we talking about, like, restricted to the point where,
restriction
on
people... adoption or reproduction?
I think she's talking about reproduction in the sense that, you've not graduated, you don't have the money to support it, things of that nature. The answer is I don't know.
Well, there aren't enough money and resources to police everyone and keep them from reproducing. So the question is, should those people who reproduce who aren't really in a position to take care of said children, they pop out? Should they have their children taken away?
Hold on, she's giving me an example.
I should be quiet.
No, you're fine.
I'm not as amusing as you.
You're fine, dear.
Apparently I'm not.
This is my show. I can do whatever the hell I want.
I'm not.
And we talk about whatever the hell I want.
Aww. Look, they're shaped like bunnies.
Ooh, that actually looks tasty. Anyway.
So cute.
Okay. Example. Her sister's diagnosed as crazy, mentally incompetent.
Okay.
Her ex-husband is shitty.
Okay.
But she has 3 kids, and they are actually diagnosed mentally retarded.
Okay.
So
the question is, should they be allowed to keep the children, or
actually reproduce?
Should they have been allowed to reproduce in the first place?
Correct.
I am not entirely familiar with the rules on how mental patients or people who suffer from mental ailments are treated, like if they've been in an institution or not or whatnot. But I suppose if they are rated, graded, assessed to be allowed to go out in public and own their own home, all that, can they reproduce? I guess so. Should they? I don't know. Now, compounding it with a not very nice partner is probably not a good thing to do. So I know from experience, great mother, bad father, and it still didn't work too well.
Same here. Idiocracy shows what happens when the smart people wait. The smart people wait having kids while dumb ones have it. It's basically like Idiocracy is a movie that talks about people who are smart and wait, and legitimately have big kids and are ready for it, and then it shows people who probably should not have kids. I don't know. Okay, better example.
Okay.
Better example. I'm gonna improv this one.
I hiccuped. What? Oh, what was it listening?
So Hell, let's use my dad's excuse. Let's say the female is still in high school, does not have a job, and, the parents aren't much helpful either.
Okay.
She goes out with a guy who is equally as bad.
Okay. And bad meaning irresponsible?
Irresponsible.
Or as bad off?
I'm going to say irresponsible.
Okay.
We'll use irresponsible.
Okay.
He's probably not as bad off, but he's very irresponsible and probably doesn't have a job.
Okay.
Should they have a kid?
Purposely?
Yes.
Well, obviously not purposely. A lot of those situations do not occur purposely. Well, maybe now because of the whole Teen Mom show.
Yeah. Okay. Put it like this. Say they say out of nowhere, they go giggity.
Okay.
We're using a safe term here. And she gets pregnant.
Okay.
What should she do?
Well, regardless of whether
if
it was...
you're the mother and you have to be stuck with this decision, and say we're still talking about the family who's pretty freaking bad as is. She has a tough decision to make. What should she do?
Well, I mean, you brought a child into the world, whether accidental or purposeful. Regardless of that, as a parent, it's your responsibility to do your best to take care of that child. Now, if you don't have money, if you don't have help, there are crisis pregnancy centers. There are places you can go until you get on your feet, until you can find a better way to manage on your own. I don't personally advocate abortion. That's my opinion, but whatever. I find that kind of thing, what's a good word for it? It kind of makes it easier to be less responsible. You're like, oh, there's no consequence if I get pregnant. I'll just kill it. Not in the situation, of course, where that was forced upon you. That's an entirely different situation. But when you chose to have sex, when you chose to do it unprotected, that's kind of, oops, that you were irresponsible. That child that you guys created, that is not the child's fault.
There you are.
He doesn't have an opinion because he can't make babies.
I can only just send the email. That's all I can do. I can't reply to it. I just send the email. That's it. It's a do not reply. I'm not gonna say one way or the other. Probably because she thinks that all 3 kids should be sterilized by 18.
That's a little harsh.
I don't know.
That's a little short-sighted as well.
Wait, how?
The answer is I don't know.
You're not going to be able to have kids in the future if you're all sterile.
Well, they're mentally retarded children, is what the premise of the whole thing was.
Usually, retardedness and stuff already has a built-in sterilization. Like, people with Down syndrome, their gametes aren't able to produce fertile offspring with another person. That's usually what happens, and it's an automatic system. It's just, don't mess with genetics like that. You don't want to be like, master race, eugenics. No one in this population is allowed to reproduce because they have this and this and this.
that is a little.
I don't know.
My knee-jerk reaction is that's a little inhumane. Just because they're mentally, whatever happens to be wrong with them doesn't mean you stop treating them as people and start treating them. That's essentially what we do to dogs. You fix them.
I really don't want to have a side on this on this specific topic for the simple fact it's like
It's being a wuss. Pick an opinion.
it's not my body. As harsh and rude as that sounds, is just as much the truth. I can't have a kid. Correction. I can't personally pop out a kid. That sounds wrong, but it makes sense.
About the kids, Jay.
I
You
know that.
The fertilization.
And that's why I send the email. I send the email. I do not reply.
I think,
So
are you
do
saying
not
that
reply
personally?
me.
So
Talk to the mother at all? You just, put it in.
That's not what I meant.
Get a better analogy.
I'm
You
trying
water
to.
the plant. I don't know. You mustard the hot dog.
I'm gonna die.
I put the seed in the ground.
You put the egg
There we
in
go.
the incubator.
Stop now.
Oh,
I'm going to
man.
die.
If you don't have a vagina, you don't make laws about a vagina.
There. Perfect answer. And therefore, I have no opinion on it.
I did ask him once, like, if I accidentally got pregnant and I decided I was going to abort the baby, would he be upset? He's like, no.
And I say this, I specifically say this because
You should be upset.
I probably should be, but at the same time, I probably would feel bad because I would not. To me, it's like this, and probably everyone's gonna know this now. But my thing is, I want to, in the future, I want to be able to feel like I want to be the father that my father was never was to me. Bottom line. Now, if say an abortion were to happen,
No.
I wouldn't. I'd be torn. I'd be half unhappy because, there went my opportunity to be a father, but I'd be half, well, it was her decision. So it's really hard for me to actually say yes or no on the situation.
Luckily, we will never have that decision.
I hope not. I hope I'll become a father and do a hell of a lot better than my father ever did to me. And now he's dead.
Such a happy show.
I know, right?
I know.
Anyway, let's move on. Someone give me something to laugh about.
I told you about the girl who started following me with flyers, right?
The girl that followed you with a flyer and you're like, oh no.
I felt bad.
I wouldn't have.
This,
It's kind of like those people that sit up there in front of the Commons and they're like, oh, are you a freshman? Bam!
I just work here. You get to say that.
For me, I'd just be like, are you a freshman? All I gotta do, bam!
Oh no, so I was I guess this was Tuesday. And I had just gotten out of the rec and I was walking through the MSC and that last hallway on the first floor where a lot of people will set up their tables and advertise whatnot. I think it was some sort of mission trip. Something like that. And my general thing to do is either have my earbuds in or look like I'm not looking in their direction at all. I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't.
Don't feel like it.
Yeah. I just don't. I was tired. Didn't want to be bothered.
I just looked
And this
down.
girl from one of the booths, whatever it was advertising, comes up. In this very high-pitched voice. Do you know Jesus?
The answer is yes.
That was my answer. I thought it would be quicker. I mean, yes, I'm Catholic. I don't go to church very much. I try. But anyway.
I haven't gone to church in like a year and a half.
I said yes. She's like, I think that didn't even throw her off. That was sad. So that must have happened before. She goes, do you want to know him more? And I didn't want to say no because that makes me sound like a bad person.
I'd actually say I'm working on it.
Maybe that was a better thing to say, but I kind of just went, I have a class, which was true and not true at the same time. It wasn't imminent. It wasn't for at least 3 hours. And she goes, that's okay. I'll walk with you. That threw me for a loop. That was new. I never had any of them stalk me before. Yeah, so I didn't know what to do. I just wanted her to go away. So I made this hopeless, please go away noise. Kind of sounded like... And she's like, do you want me to go? Yes. Well, here's a flyer, so you can read this whenever you have the time. Like, okay.
You know what?
I felt bad.
So I've been wearing this jacket this week.
He's not a grape no more.
And I remembered I had this in here.
Oh, you got one of the little Bibles?
I got this 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't taken it out.
Those people were around recently. I saw the table.
I walked by for some stupid reason, and I just they just gave me a Bible. I'm like, I have an app for that.
Wait, that's the New Testament or only the New Testament? That's interesting.
I mean, it's so small.
Well, it's supposed to be a pocket one. I remember we had my sophomore years of high school. The theology for that year is scripture, so it was mandatory. Everyone had to have their Bible. It had to be this edition. Yada yada yada. I felt so bad one time because what happened was we went home for Christmas break. Of course, Christmas break, everyone and their brother is giving out candy canes, which I just shoved into my bag with all of my books, which included my Bible. So I come back to theology after Christmas break, and apparently a lot of the candy canes have been smushed out of their wrappers. They got stuck inside my Bible.
Because the bus is gone.
I felt really bad. Felt like a bad person. I'm like, this candy cane stuck in my Bible. They've abused my Bible. I cleaned it out.
I have 3 Bibles, and they are all Jehovah's Witness Bibles.
I can't remember what edition, which one I had.
There are too many editions.
Well, it depends on what denomination. Some books get taken out, some get added in, blah, blah.
I'm agnostic.
Wait, so what's specific about a Jehovah's Witness Bible? I don't know.
Anyway, let me see what else is on. Like I'm watching TV. Go tech.
Ooh.
There are a couple of things I want. One, and I was talking to her about this before the show started. I want the new Facebook news feed. You want a taco?
No.
I want ice cream.
You just said you wanted a taco.
I wanted to see if you're listening.
Well, I was.
I was talking.
Gentleman's rant. Sentences that don't end the way testicles. We were watching that last night. That was funny. I love the gentleman's rant. They're like hilarious. Why are you so violent to me?
Because you're a big Snorlax and I know you have the high defense and health to take it.
I like that explanation. That's new. Good for you.
Shiny Snorlaxes are just lighter blue.
Did I have to be confused for a Pokemon character?
Black, but no, Snorlax.
You snore like a Snorlax.
You can tell they have Snorlax interests. Like,
He does. He snores so loudly.
Do not.
Yes, you fucking do.
Lies.
Not
Due
lies.
to your lungs being, a little hindered by any fat above the lungs.
I'm starting to wonder if he has sleep apnea. It bothers me.
Don't go in the cave because friggin' he's snoring.
How can all fuck yourselves?
We love you, Jay.
Yay. Jerks.
You do snore.
Do not snore.
You fucking snore.
I don't snore.
Yes, you do.
Don't snore.
Jay, I've seen you snore.
I have seen you snore. My mother has seen you snore. Anna has seen you snore.
Horseshit.
Bullshit.
Cow shit.
Snorlax shit.
Snore like shit.
You're the person that sleeps like sitting. You're the person that sleeps sitting completely straight and fall asleep, and then all your head doesn't bob to the side, and fucking you're snoring while you're doing that. We stacked plushies on you. We stacked everything on you.
Really?
You still don't wake up.
When was this?
Last year, second
Aw.
semester.
Yeah.
We stacked everything on Jay.
Should do that again. I want to see
They were
this.
being asses to me because I had to sleep. Because, I have a life.
You should stop falling asleep so early. Seriously, we'll be watching TV at the house. I'll fall asleep. It's 8 o'clock.
I can't help it. I'm old.
This is why people call you a cradle robber. I got you.
Anyway, I don't care.
Yes, you do.
You're all mean.
Well, the good news is we finally went back to Golden Corral. Nobody asked if I was 12.
We actually did, and yeah. She feels better.
A little, yes.
And I want Facebook Home now. Sadly, I do not have an Android phone. Then again, I don't want an Android phone.
I had one.
Yeah. Shittiest battery ever.
Well, no, that came from living in the dorms for a year. Before that, it was perfectly
True.
fine. That's because I had to keep it plugged in constantly to keep it charged, because living in a big concrete box.
It kept on searching and searching and searching and searching and it never found anything. She also had Sprint.
Yeah.
T-Mobile is better than Sprint. That's saying something.
Meh.
Especially in this area. Like, T-Mobile's good. Sprint is shitty. I had Virgin Mobile once. And for those of you who don't know, Virgin Mobile is a subsidiary of Sprint. So they
Yep.
use Sprint's network. That was my first. That's where I got my first cell phone. Virgin Mobile.
How old were you when you got your first cell phone?
I was 17.
Wow.
What?
I was 13.
When I was 13, we didn't even know what the hell cell phones were.
Oh, that's true. Let me see. If I was 13,
old.
so that's... I was born in 92, so that's 2005-ish?
Good night.
Who's leaving?
Rebecca. It's her last Friday night here. We will miss you, Rebecca. Please come back for our next season
Yes.
of awesomeness.
What?
Shows us when he was 13, cell phones were bricks. Did you know the first cell phone a
About
few
that
days
big.
ago, 4 years back,
Mm-hmm.
came out 4 years. Wow, I did not word that sentence correctly.
Rewind, rephrase.
Take two. The first cell phone came out 40 years ago, a few days back. The first text message was 10 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jay,
Yes.
I want cookies.
You want cookies?
I'm on Pinterest. I want a lot of food.
The same website that she hated for the longest time because she got so bored with it.
I did, but then I figured out what it was for.
Kevin didn't get a cell phone until college.
Who?
You know that Asian guy that was there at AggieCon?
Asian guy at AggieCon. That's very specific.
Wore a red shirt, was sitting right next to me during the show.
Oh, that part of con. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Sorry, Sharon, didn't mean to insult. I kind of had to identify you better. But yeah, so that was fun. I actually got it because I got hired at KBTX. Funny story about that. I actually applied in like May, right? I go through the interview process. I do the drug test.
You had to do a drug test?
Yes, I had to do a drug test.
Wow.
Station policy, great communications, whatever. I keep calling them throughout the entire summer. I call them one more time. It was September. I was in my media tech class. My media tech teacher and I were just sitting there. We called the station. We're like, so did my blood, God damn it, I'm talking in the mic.
Talking to the mic.
I got my blood test results. They finally actually had them. I don't know how the fuck they lost my test results.
And they finally found out you were doing drugs.
That would have been irony. No, they're like, dead serious. The comment they said was, congratulations, you're not a druggie. They hired me a week later.
I remember drug tests. Ha 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 ha.
I was not taken by... What?
What?
He said I was taken by Viagra. Sir, I have no problems in that area. Thank you very much. See what you made me do? I had to break her. I'm not proving it. That'd get me banned.
Yep.
I like to keep my show. Thank you very much. And God damn it, YouTube. Get me YouTube Live. So I can use Wirecast for YouTube.
We had drug tests in high school.
You did?
Random drug tests. They would just call people before lunch. And they'd cut part of your hair.
Hell no.
What?
It says let's chat roulette. I'm like, no.
What?
Chat roulette was a service that, yeah, got completely overused for showing random penises whenever you randomly went to a different chat. You know how your iTunes playlist can shuffle?
Yeah.
Imagine that with webcams.
That sounds like not a good idea.
It wasn't. What do you mean hold the mic lower? First you can play You Can't Hear Me. Now you think I'm too loud. Get the fucking... Adjust your own fucking volume.
Joe, you're gonna make him have an aneurysm. Quit.
What?
Get frustrated.
I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? I forget what I was saying.
Well, first we were talking about drugs.
Oh yeah. So I get hired, got my first cell phone, got my first bank account. Ladies and gentlemen, never ever 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 get a bank account inside a store. Ever.
Why?
Period. They will fuck you over.
I see. You know what was funny about my high school?
What?
Every now and then, maybe like 2 or 3 times the entire time I was there, they would bring in a drug dog. You
I
know.
was scared shitless when they brought that into high school.
Here's my high school. You know for a fact no one's got anything to hide when half the student body that's watching this drug dog wants to pet the dog. They just make us get up, leave the classroom, we'd watch the dog, we're like, can we pet the dog? No, he's working. But there's nothing in there. Can we pet the dog? I can
The
name.
most innocent school ever.
Well, no, there was one person I knew of for certain that was smoking weed. I had pre-cal with him. He had duck butt hair.
Man. Pi times
Sine and cosine, man.
cos. I
You know what's funny about him? He would sit in the front row and he would very blatantly go to sleep, like this. You go to sleep, and I think our teacher just got so frustrated with him. He kind of that was Miss Edwards, so she just kind of let him. So
Wow. But yeah,
Catholic high school.
and now we have to be PG.
Aw.
Yeah, I did not like First Convenience Bank because it was a very, very uncool bank. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, keep on walking. Walk away. Just walk away. Yeah, I can fucking cuss now. It was not convenient at all. Before I ended my bank account there, I was negative $300.
They took money from you?
Yeah.
Why? You have a text.
Yeah, I do.
Get the text. Why is there a frisbee?
I don't know. I was mentioned in a comment on the Facebooks.
Wasn't me.
It was by Summer Iman.
Do you know a Summer?
Yeah, her actual name is spelled. Oh yeah, there was back at AggieCon a little tidbit. Apparently there was some guy with the eagle.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you about. There's a
The most
picture of you.
inaccurate newspaper in Bryan College Station. Sorry.
Is it?
But it is. Like, they got our dates wrong last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shame.
Apparently they took pictures of us and they put it on the Eagle website.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people I recognized. Ashley, you.
And I was like, a lot of people were
Schindler.
concerned about privacy because the Eagle didn't actually,
Ask.
give permission because
That happened to me once, come to think of it.
communication law is you're actually legally
Obligated?
obligated to ask a person if they want to be published in something that's going to be public, say the Eagle or KBTX or anything that's bigger than this show. So they took the pictures and they didn't ask anyone. They're on theeagle.com. I haven't seen it, don't care to see it. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, you're on there. I saw a couple. There was Schindler and Carlene and Ashley and you, and there's one more person I actually recognize, but I don't know her name.
I'm in number 30. Apparently, I'm on number 38. I think it was one of my booths. It was at my booth.
Yeah, because Sean was in the picture.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't... Because I can recognize my TV.
Yeah.
Where am I? Oh, here it is.
I got my picture.
So apparently we're in the Eagle. Ah! I got famous.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care. I am one of those people that have very little to hide. So I don't care. Like, please, go ahead. You know, they're like those little scams that like try to get into your webcam and, you get a virus or whatever. I'm like, okay. You really want to get in my webcam? Okay. Prepare to be blind.
What do you do?
Haven't actually done it, but if it were to happen,
What?
I go completely naked. Then let's see if they want to look at that webcam again.
What is wrong
And then if they actually put it on the internet, well,
You'd
just
lose your
killed a
job.
lot of users.
And you lost your job, man.
Wouldn't matter. I'd be standing from like stomach down. They wouldn't know what it's associated with.
I guess so.
No one has ever seen that. I mean, come on, they aren't ready for that.
No.
Woo! I am wow. So much fun. I'm horrible man. Oh well. Anyway, we were published in the Eagle. I don't care.
I was in a paper once. Come to
I was
think of it, they
actually-
didn't ask my permission either.
You want me on a coffee mug? Ew. You're a stalker. You know, I was actually accused of stalking once back in 10th grade.
You told me that one.
11th grade. 11th grade. Yeah. Apparently, being tired after a practice and watching other people practice is considered stalking.
Should have brought a book.
Because I read.
Should read.
I was in a band at the time.
I miss band.
I miss it too. They used to play those big ass chimes.
Oh, see, that's such a fun song to play.
I wish I could have played it.
Oh, we did. We did. I've played that before. On baritone, it's fun too.
There was an actual graduation theme. There was an actual graduation song where for a good minute I could play as loud as I want whatever I could play. And as long as I played like 4 or 5 certain notes, I could play them as loud as I fucking want.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Joe.
What'd he say?
Jay, why you read? I can read, thank you very much.
He just chooses not to.
I read news articles and magazines. It's close enough. Fuck you, Brian. Because I know you have a comment coming.
No, I'm focusing on this. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Anyway. But, yeah. Also, on the Pixel guys, I wish it did.
What?
Yes, the back of my shirt said perfect. Dude, perfect. That's funny.
I don't get it.
Dude Perfect is a bunch of guys that like do insanely crazy shots with a basketball or whatever.
Oh.
Like one of their big stunts was like they threw a basketball from the top of the 3rd deck of Kyle Field to the ground.
I see.
Freaking crazy.
You're thinking about Dude Perfect, right?
Yeah. Dude Perfect.
Okay.
These guys, yeah, it probably took like 6 or 7 takes. Because you can't do that in one take. You just can't. But when they do it, it's like hilariously awesome. But, yeah. So, yeah, it's been Does Katie have a shirt that says sweet?
Not today. I have one with a cupcake on it.
She is a cupcake.
Does that count?
Close enough.
What? What'd I do?
Not you.
What'd Joe do?
Dude, sweet. Oh. Yeah, because I saw that movie.
What?
Dude, where's my car?
Nope.
Never saw it. Anyway. I lost my train of thought.
Now you fucked up.
Oh! Yes. Incorrect.
Trying to come up with something else to talk about in great.
I'm sorry, I can't talk anymore. I'm an ingrate.
Yep.
Anyway, well, we've actually made it through 90 minutes. Oh, I would never get a tattoo. I don't like tattoos.
My mom would make me break up with you.
Seriously?
She won't let me have a tattoo, so I assume it's the same with you. Luckily for her, I'm very needle phobic, so.
Oh, if I can't handle a shot
no,
very well.
You're a guy. My mom kind of has a double standard on tattoos. On guys, she kind of thinks they're okay, provided they're not stupid like neck tattoos or forehead tattoos or sleeve tattoos. On girls, she doesn't really care where they are or what they're about. She thinks they're slutty.
Is that right?
Pretty much. You can have a tattoo on your foot, and she'd probably say that.
How many piercings can I have? How about how many piercings do I not want to have? How about I don't want any piercings?
Thank you.
I think piercings are stupid on a guy. I mean, ear piercings are fine on a girl, of course, whatever. It's a thing. I don't know. I don't want a piercing. I think it's stupid.
You wouldn't do well with piercings.
She hates those too. Figured as much.
Plus, as someone who's had to have their ears pierced twice in the same place, you would not have fun with it.
Yeah.
What?
He wants me to get my tongue pierced.
That's
for the ladies.
That's actually kind of dangerous. If they do it wrong, you can either lose your sense of taste or they'll split your tongue in half.
I don't know which would be worse.
So you get like snake tongue going on.
But I want my sense of taste.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't do that.
Anyway. Well, it's been a productive week. We've had enough my brain died. Good conversations about good things, about stuff and whatever. We'll have a new show next week. We won't go on hiatus. Sorry.
Sorry.
We'll be back next week for some more new material and hopefully with more new people. Be sure check the Pixel Guys YouTube channel. We have a huge amount of bloopers that we could not fit into one episode. Like, seriously. There are so many bloopers it isn't even funny. But they're hilarious.
Hilarious.
So check that out. Keep an eye on the Pixel Guys. Follow the Pixel Guys. THEPIXELGYUZ.
Not an S, it's a Z.
Did I spell that right?
I'm not sure if I was listening.
In case I spelled that wrong, THEPIXELGUYZ.
Yeah, you spelled it right.
The Pixel Guys. YouTube.com/The Pixel Guys. We do not suck bad at all. We have like nearly 1,000 views on that channel. So combined, I have like close to 4,000 views on both channels.
Which is more than a lot of people.
It is. So anyone who ever criticizes or doubts my show can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
It's not because we suck. It's because we interact with each other and we have a lot of fun doing it. Our bloopers are funnier than the shows themselves. Actually,
True.
that's the purpose of it. Like, she couldn't stop laughing looking at one of our bloopers.
Trying to remember which one. I remember there was one. All he did, he sat at his little fake desk and just looked at the camera and started saying balls repeatedly.
Yeah, dead serious. Look it up. I think it's blooper reel number 5. I'm just sitting there. Balls, 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 balls. I was bored as hell. I was just waiting for him. I was waiting for Sean to set up the shot, so I was just like, you know what? Balls, 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 balls.
He's so silly.
No, I don't play grab ass. I don't even know what the fuck that is, and rather not know. Anyway, I don't want to know. Anyway, so get ready for those YouTube hijinks that we call bloopers, and because we like the gentleman's rant / responses so much, we decided to do a skit of our own that you'll get to see soon.
So like a parody of it?
Yes. I'll give you a hint. The title is called Bitches and Switches.
The fuck?
It's not really making... It's not as bad as it sounds, but it's funny as hell. You'll see it and you'll laugh your ass off.
Okay.
And then you'll think, that's kind of true. Anyway, we will see you next week with an all-new episode. We'll also have Little Debbie's Dance Hall. Trust me, I have no control of the show name.
Someone changed it.
Yeah. Anyway, we will see you next week.